First of all, a special thanks for the conference management and leadership for selecting me as a speaker in this important and international conference. And then hello to all conference members, my friends, broadcasters, and video and audio engineers. I'm wishing all the best for all of you, and also wishing a good day for all of you. I don't want to waste your valuable time, but I just wanted to use this opportunity to introduce myself to you and my friends. My name is Naim Sarwari. I was born in Kabul, Afghanistan in December 1963. And also I graduated from technical side of the radio and television technical side of Engineering Institute of Afghanistan, Kabul on 1984, and just joined to technical job in radio and television, national radio and television in Afghanistan, which that time was only one television channel in Afghanistan, which was a government channel. And that time was no any free media and any provide sector for the media business. And that time which I was graduated, that time was only one government TV channel in Afghanistan, which I was joined to as a technical staff there. And also I worked in Afghan National TV in few different positions, starting from the lighting section. I was working as lightman, and then cameraman, studio cameraman, OB1 cameraman, and then also studio engineer and OB1 engineer. And then I promoted to head of technical department in Afghanistan National TV, and just joined to Movie Group on October 2005. I was joined to Movie when Movie was started in business in Afghanistan in 2003 with only one radio channel. It's called Arman FM. And then it's improved and very fast to 3 TV channel, which this 3 TV channel, one channel is news channel, or 2 other channel is entertainment channels. It's working, but Movie is the most popular and most well-known media company in Afghanistan, which has been operating from 2003, as I mentioned. But I just want to tell something about the Afghanistan, but I'm sure that most of our friends, they are member of the conference, knows about Afghanistan, which Afghanistan is a mountainous country, is located in the south central of Asia, in border with Pakistan, with Iran, with Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, and also a part of China. But most of you know that Afghanistan, unfortunately, the internal and external war around near to 40 years. 40 years, I mean, it's not one, it's 40 years. 40 years war is affected in Afghanistan in all economic sectors, including the media and also broadcasting and production of the content in Afghanistan. Most of challenges which we face is because the weak economic which they destroyed by the war in the last 40 years, unfortunately. And media and broadcast sectors also have own challenges in this country and the situation in war-torn countries. So in field of the technical and content production and technical part of the broadcasting, I want to share with you some of challenges which we are facing here in Afghanistan. So the first challenge, the challenge which in Afghanistan for broadcaster is the geographical location of Afghanistan, which as I mentioned to you, Afghanistan is a mountainous country, but all of you know that mountains is creating a big issue and big problem for the broadcaster. For example, Afghanistan has 34 provinces, which most of these provinces is covered by big and high mountains, which which is creating problem for the broadcaster, which is not possible to have a big coverage for the FM antenna or maybe VHF antenna or UHF antenna in one province. If we want to have a strong coverage, we need to extra antennas and extra repeaters and that things, which is a geographical issue for Afghanistan. And also the other issue, which is the cost, because I mentioned the 40 years internal and external wars. But the economy of Afghanistan goes to zero, to near to zero, and we have a very big problems with the importance of the technical equipment, because we are not in the relationship and good relationship with the countries which they are producing on the manufacture of the technical equipment for the broadcast, like camera, like microphone, mixers, and other things. But most of these equipment which we have, if we need to replace them, we are facing a lot of problems with this at least to import this, and also we can transfer our money to these manufacturers and get the equipment. That's creating a big issue for us, because the most of is that if the equipment is old, then you need to be replaced it or maybe to be repaired. But for these things, you need at least the extra parts that's not possible to purchase and maybe to order. That is the big issue. But another issue which I want to mention here, this is the electricity power. Most of our friends there knows that the electricity power is most important for a broadcast, for a TV or radio channel. The power stations is the only first infrastructures that's destroying by war and the first start, by clashing and the firing and bombardment. Most of our electricity power goes down, and we want to have a good extra option for the electricity power, for example, using the fuel generators, and the fuel generators making costly, and also the part of these generators is also a big issue for the broadcaster in Afghanistan. For the power, it's not possible to use, for example, the solar power, which is because the power which the equipment need for broadcasting, for example, transmitters, VHF and UHF transmitters need a high level of power, and that's not possible to cover by solar. But we need to cover these by the fuel generator, which making the cost for broadcasting for us very costly and also difficult. Also, the technical equipment of the production sector, such as studio equipment, cameras, sound, mixer, and these things, and also very difficult for us to order, to use them, and also the operation of these equipment need to have a good trained and good experienced people, which we unfortunately in these last days we also have this problem that most of cadres leaving the country and going to somewhere because of the current situation of Afghanistan. I don't want to touch with the political things, but the technical side, we are facing the lack of the experience and also the trained cadre to at least run our channels. In the field of the broadcasting, most of the active broadcasting devices, for example, transmitters, which are located in the remote site, and for example, in the provinces, is another technical issue regarding because of the war and the not good security and the way to go to provinces. It is also another technical challenge for broadcaster in Afghanistan, because if some engineer want to go to some provinces, to remote site, to surveys, or maybe to repair transmitters, it's not allowed to go. It's need to go by plane and not possible to go by road. But now the security is much better. But talking about the last few years that we experienced these challenges in our broadcasting things. And also the terrestrial and ground antennas in a war-torn country is very in danger equipment, which it's anytime is possible to be damaged by war, by bombardment and firing. We are experienced this a few times in our experience, 20 years in Afghanistan, which I started work with the movie group. Few times this happened, which is our antenna or our tower is damaged by bombardment and damaged by the war. But we started activity to make it repair and make it again renew. But this is also the big issue that broadcaster is facing in Afghanistan. And the most big problem which I visit, especially I want to share here with you, that in the 15th August 2021, on the time which Taliban has get the power in Afghanistan, and most of people in Afghanistan doesn't know but what will be happening there, because most of Afghan audience which had experience about the last time power of Taliban 20 years before. On that time which Taliban was get power in Afghanistan 20 years ago, they stopped all broadcasting of TV. But on that time was only TV, government TV channel, but is also stopped by them. But the people is also expecting that this time if Taliban came back, they should also stop the all free media channels and maybe all TV channels maybe be stopped. The most of people was thinking like this, thought like this, but that this time, but fortunately, the political of Taliban was not like this, but they was agreed to free media and private TV channels should be active. On that the same night that Taliban was came to Kabul and get power in Kabul, but most of our staff, technical staff, the staff who was on the screen on the work staff was producers, floor managers, and presenters all left the company and left home, or most of them left the country also. So there was 3 TV channels and 2 radio channels, but without any technical crew to run the channels. And this time, but as I mentioned, the movie channel as the most popular channel, but all people of Afghanistan was expecting to see our channel, to what should happening in the country, and they was looking for us to what we are broadcasting for them. And that time, that's only the time that we are faced to very big issue, which our all experienced staff was left the company. But here was just only 5 and 6% was in the company, but most of them from our 400 from 450% that we had, just we had 5 and 6% in the company. But also we was we at least we have something in our channel to show to the people, our audience. So I just decided to connect my news channel to all radio channels and also to entertainment channel, because our entertainment channel, the archive which we have, which was music, which was serials, films, it was all was, as I know, that was not allowed to broadcast in the time. But so, and this time our archive was not usable anymore, but because all our archive materials which we had, all of them were useless in that time. But only way, but I found on that time, I just connected the news channel to all 3 TV channels and 2 radio channels, but just kept running the news channel by 6 people. From this 6 people, 1 person was the operating video mixer. He was also keeping and also receiving calls from his father to just leave the job, just come to home. I don't want to stay there more than this. But always his father is calling him to just leave the job and come to home, reach home. But this guy told me that my father is asking me to leave the job, but I told him, just don't answer to your father, just keep your job, and it's no need to now, he should not leave the job. But fortunately, this guy is not accepted, as not heard from his father, but he just heard and accepted from my side, and just kept around the studio, and we had broadcasting active till tomorrow and after tomorrow, 2 3 days with these limited staff. And also, but after a few days, but other people which left the company, they get sure that there's nothing is in danger for them, and they slowly come back to their jobs, and we get back to normal. So with these challenges we mentioned, in the last 20 years, which starting from 2003 until now, which is 2023, media and also movie group had very limited downtime in the channels, but we managed to at least have our broadcasting in 20 provinces in Afghanistan, and also in the Kabul city, using very good popular shows at that time, which was accepted well for the people. But now, after the Taliban took the power, our all content has changed, but still we have our channels active with the very limited permissions from governments. For now, for example, we are not allowed to broadcast serials, broadcast films, and also broadcast the music shows. But we found the very alternative programs, which still we have at least 5 and 6 hours per day, the fresh content in our channels. And technically, we are ready to manage this, and also we are still active in the market and active in our